forgot to put on the starting screen. Welcome to Glowing Card Gaming. I'm your host, Adam. Tonight, we're doing some, this will be truck camping, but it's really stealth camping. We should put a under-over again on the number of windows that are smashed in. We have 30 most disturbing truck camping moments on a camera. We're going to be doing that. And then later tonight, some more Hollow Knight. Who knows how far we'll get. We just figured out how to get up and around and get a new ability. So that's going to unlock a larger part of the map. We'll see how that goes. If we could ever not die and save up 1800 geo, we'll get the other item, which probably opens up everything else on the map. We'll probably have everything we need to get to anywhere we need to go on the map, although maybe there'll still be a double jump or an up jump, something like that, because it really feels like we need something to go upward on there. But we'll get to that. In the next live video, I will close this one out and redo it for the video for Hollow Knight. But let's get into it. We'll go ahead and stop the music. Stop the music. And we'll close this one and we'll get into the 30 most disturbing truck camping moments. This is from a channel called Witnessed.
An increasingly
so if you like what you see here, feel free to like, share, and subscribe from their channel as well as my channel. So yeah, we'll go full screen here so we're not seeing all the extra crap. Oh look, there's a creepy dude already in the video. This is a Walmart, you can tell by the grocery section. Awesome. All right, let's get into it. And again, I'll react some. Probably going to hear a lot of complaining about people being out there, one, alone, and two, unarmed. Wake up, people. Put on a little makeup. Why'd you leave your keys upon the table? Because you wanted to. All right, let's do it.
What the f? Come on in. Oh, whoa.
That's somebody trying to get in.
Truck camping has become an increasingly popular way to explore the great outdoors, offering
Why are so many of these British? It feels like a lot of these are British.
adventurers the perfect blend of mobility and comfort. But what happens when these idyllic outdoor experiences take an unexpected and unsettling turn? From truck camping in a haunted graveyard to the presence of unforeseen visitors, these are the 30...
Also, that nay, Black Wolf USA. Hey man, how's Silk Song treating you? Silk Song? Yeah, that's right? Did I get the wrong name for it? Oh crap! I felt like Hollow Knight was that way last night, but then, like, I just had this brainstorm of, oh, I need to go this way to go around, and I did, and I got a new ability, so I'll be doing that later. But stopping the video here because that one in the camping graveyard and this one right here, same video. We've seen that one. We'll be skipping those. So let's get back into it. Feel free to comment as usual.
The most disturbing truck camping moments caught on camera. A YouTuber parked his van near a cemetery as darkness fell.
You're going to hear it from me immediately. Immediately, this guy is one by himself. It's just him, and I'm betting he's unarmed. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, I don't know why people are dumb. You go out there, you're unarmed, and you're by yourself, even in a truck. Let's see what we got.
Ready to explore the allegedly haunted woods. Armed with a camera, he ventured through ancient gravestones into the whispering forest.
Whittard's White Hot Chocolate, the luxury version.
Suddenly, movement caught his eye. His heart raced as he tried to capture it on film, but the darkness obscured his vision.
What the
Oh, dude, that was a guy. There's a guy standing there. There's a guy standing there.
Throughout the night, strange noises and
Okay, at that point, just get in your car and drive. Drive away. Just drive away. You'll be fine. Drive away.
lights kept him on edge. Was it just nocturnal wildlife or something supernatural? The legend of a vicar who died in these woods haunted his thoughts. At dawn, he emerged from his van, shaken.
Wait, can we get a slow motion? That was actually some pretty high quality video. Didn't seem too grainy. I just think it was some guy out there in a cloak, probably out there trying to freak somebody. It feels like Scooby-Doo. When that happens, people are trying to scare people like out of their area because one, they're probably just old men who just get off my lawn or get off my property. So they scare people, and then that word gets around, and either people don't want to go visit because it's haunted, or they do want to go visit because it's haunted. Either way, you got something going with that.
The once menacing woods now looked ordinary in the daylight, but the memory of the ghostly figure lingered. An unsettling scene looked ordinary in the daylight, but the memory of the
Dude,
ghost
that is
The
creepy.
once menacing woods now looked ordinary in the...
Oh man, look at that. There's no face. There's a dude out there. Oh man, no face. You know what that kind of looks like? Is somebody dressed up a mannequin and just placed it out there?
But the memory of the ghostly figure lingered.
You can't trust
An
anybody.
unsettling scene unfolded in the dead of night.
So
around
fake.
12:30 a.m.
Dang it! Dang it!
Got a bag on the ground, like a big duffel or bag.
Well, we're on to the new one. The next one.
I don't know if they're
The situation grew more tense as two figures dressed in all black, with hoods obscuring their faces, appeared. They positioned themselves beneath a security camera, likely trying to avoid detection.
They're trying to break in. Yeah. Oh, and he's coming over.
There's one going over there.
Suddenly, the mysterious pair vanished from sight, seemingly disappearing around the back corner of the building. The camper's anxiety mounted as he tried to make sense of the bizarre...
Okay. So at this point, you see that there are two figures, and it looks like they're trying to break in.
And you don't call anybody? I think I would have already been calling the sheriff, like, hey, there's two guys out here, they're acting a little suspicious. Maybe somebody should come check this out. No, let's just film it all and see what happens.
occurrence. 10 minutes later, the two figures reappeared. One moved...
I don't know what I can do about that. Unsign and re-sign in to YouTube, maybe? Maybe. We'll see. Thanks for the info, though. I'll see what I can do about it. I'll try not to get too scared, too. And have a good night and a good Sunday as well. And good luck on Silksong.
The camper, attempting to sleep but now fully alert, couldn't...
I don't know why he's blurring out the words that are in the middle of the screen, because it's just... It's almost like it's saying what the thing's saying down there. The other thing I noticed about this video is that along the top of the fence is a yellow line or like some padding. Generally, that's along baseball diamonds around high schools. So you can tell when a home run's hit on those fields. So I think this guy's probably parked near a school, a high school of some sort, maybe a college. Colleges have them too. And then the community colleges and stuff, I mean, wouldn't have the stands or anything. It might look more like this with the chain link fence versus an actual fence in an actual college league stadium. But you could see something like that around one of those. So I think this might be a school.
Shake the feeling that something was amiss. The fact that these individuals had been dropped off and the car had left only added to the suspicion. Whatever the case, sleep seemed impossible as the mysterious events continued to unfold in the darkness. In the quiet hours of the night, a routine stop near a 24-hour McDonald's turned into a chilling encounter for one stealth camper. The evening began uneventfully as he settled into his usual spot, preparing for a night's rest in his vehicle. Suddenly, the peace was
This goes from one thing to another so fast. We have seen this one though. I remember, yeah, this weirdo doesn't say a word. I do like the fact that it's super fast. Like, you see the main part of it, and then he's moving on.
Silent assailant.
You see the main part of it, and then he moves on to the next one. That's why this video is only 30 minutes.
Or an innocent bystander. As the wind picked up and the temperature dropped, these campers decided to head back down. Once at the bottom, they parked in a small area by the footpath leading to the reservoir and began preparing the van for the night. Suddenly, they heard something outside that wasn't just their dog or its usual noises.
And my wife are in this van. Can you step back from my door, please? Right, now. No, step back out of my personal space.
When they opened the door, they found a woman confronting their dog, holding a German Shepherd by the neck and trying to intimidate him.
Wow. And we started to prep the van for the night. Outside, we started to hear something that wasn't just Maximus or his tablets. So I opened the door to find a woman.
They thought the incident was over, but it wasn't. Later, another confrontation occurred.
Maximus, holding a German Shepherd by the neck, pulling him back, trying to intimidate Maximus. I stepped out and put myself between Maximus and the lady. Then she...
A man approached their van aggressively, refusing to step back when asked. What started as a simple night's rest became a series of tense and potentially dangerous situations. As the clock struck midnight, a lone camper steered his trusty 2003 Tacoma off the freeway and into what seemed like a quiet parking lot. Little did he know.
I almost don't have enough time to react to these. I don't know what I would do. You know, when you start getting weirdos, and the girl and the old woman holding a German Shepherd trying to intimidate you. I mean, yeah, you might get that moment where you really just don't want to give in to that, and you dig in your heels and just like, no, you're not going to push me off of this patch of land I've parked in for the night. But realistically, she's crazy. And the guy that came back, that was probably her husband, that wouldn't move back when asked, also crazy. So, oh, I hear the cats thumping around up there. So I wouldn't necessarily, I don't like that. I don't like just digging in your heels and stuff. Like, if they're crazy, get out. Just get out of there. There's no reason to stay there, right? And I'm sure you can find another spot. Just, I mean, even if you drove, I would say drive like 5 miles and then find a new place and hope nobody weirder comes around. But generally, I mean, it's tough because when you're out there, I mean, how many times can you prepare the van, lay down for the night, sleep, and then get woken up 2 hours into your rest? You know, if it happened again, it's probably time to call a night and try to drive back home, but you might be a little tired, even getting only 2 to 4 hours of sleep on those 2 encounters. So, tough thing to do, but, you know, you're at the mercy of whatever's out there when you're doing this.
So, this peaceful refuge would soon become the stage for an unsettling encounter.
So what you'll see here in a second, he pulls out his phone and starts taking pictures. It looks like my license plate or something like that. I'm not sure why he was doing this. So I thought maybe...
I think he was doing it because you may have parked illegally, or he didn't like, you know, he thought, I mean, who knows what this guy was really thinking. He may have thought something along the lines of, hey, there's a suspicious van here. I'm just going to take a picture of the plate. That way I have it in case anything happens. Excuse me. My lips are so dry. All right. Got the water, and I got I got lotion here. I should probably put some on too.
The camper shell of his truck, usually a cocoon of safety, suddenly felt exposed as the hands of time crept towards 1:30 a.m.
License plate, but it's kind of odd to be doing that at 1:30 in the morning.
Well-
he didn't look like a security guard or anything like that.
Through the tinted windows, he watched in tense silence as a shadowy figure pulled out a phone, its screen illuminating his face as he appeared to photograph the license plate.
And he takes off running. So he probably wasn't expecting that.
Oh, he saw him in there, and then he took off running. Like, oh, interesting.
The tension peaked as the stranger, emboldened by the truck's apparent emptiness, shone his flashlight into the back of the camper shell. In that heart-stopping moment, the camper made a split-second decision. His sudden movement and the loud bang on the window shattered the night's silence. The man, caught off guard, fled into the darkness. This camper settled into his vehicle for the night in Shrewsbury, expecting to wake up peacefully in the morning. However,
I think we may have
the calm was
seen this
suddenly
one.
shattered when someone attempted to open the door of his vehicle.
Yeah, he shatters. Yeah.
Potential in a parking lot that was
Here we go. Nice, because we can just skip right to the next
camper
one.
found herself in a parking
Look at
lot
that.
was supposedly safe for overnight stays. But
Overnight.
uncertainty lingered. Exhaustion forced her to stop, but a suspicious truck pulled in as soon as she parked.
Me, and it followed me all the way on. Oh, jeez, Louise. I was scared.
The situation intensified as the truck circled the area multiple times, each pass increasing the camper's anxiety.
And why would it come down here, like, unless it's going to McDonald's? No, it's not.
Frustrated and scared, she eventually left to find another sleeping spot.
I'm gonna wait it out because I don't like this. I noticed a truck was still following me.
The camper settled in for the night, expecting an uneventful sleep. However, a peculiar occurrence disrupted the peace around 3 a.m. The singing man continued his bizarre behavior throughout the night, occasionally shouting profanities.
That's
His
me.
presence seemed to deter others, including a truck driver who
Singing
decided
everywhere.
against entering a nearby business after hearing the commotion.
Maybe not that off key.
As morning arrived, the camper enjoyed a hot coffee in the humid air, grateful for the cross breeze provided by open windows during the night. This vehicle kept stopping and going slowly, raising suspicions about their intentions. Concerned about the potential theft of valuable equipment like the power station, the camper decided to keep a low profile, turn off lights, and consider relocating for the night.
Car coming here. Creeping. Guys. There's kind of like a sketchy truck. There's at least 2 guys in there, if you can see their brake lights here.
As darkness fell, another car appeared, also behaving suspiciously.
I don't know if they're just trying to check me out and see what I got going on. Obviously, I carried that like nice power station and stuff back in here, so I didn't show myself like packing back up, but...
The camper finished packing up, debating whether to put up window shades while maintaining visibility in case a quick departure was necessary.
Being kind of sketchy. Not as sketchy as the other car, but just finishing packing up. I'm not sure if I want to put the window shades up or not yet, just in case I got to roll. I don't want to...
Eventually, both suspicious vehicles left, allowing the camper to set up the window shades and settle in for the night. A man stopped by a camper.
But nothing else happened. That's not a real encounter. I mean, if they were going to do something, they were probably just going to do it. But I don't know. Sometimes, I mean, an overabundance of caution, I agree with. But I don't know. Doesn't seem like too strange of an encounter. Just a couple cars where they were maybe checking him out, trying to figure out what he was doing, and then they took off.
And explained that he made rounds to check on people and offer water to those camping in the area.
And so I kind of drive through when I'm here, just checking on people, making sure they got water, got what they need.
He mentioned living nearby and seemed friendly, offering to use his shower if needed. Shortly after this encounter, another person approached the camper with a disturbing revelation.
Driving a older Dodge pickup. And he told me he comes out here and offers water.
Surprisingly, both men seem to be the same person.
Okay, that is weird. If they're the same person, unless they're twins or something, or they look really close. I mean, I guess that's possible, but I don't know. That's strange for him to come out, offer water, and then say, "Hey, be suspicious of a man coming out here to offer water." Let me hold on.
And seemed friendly, offering to use his shower if needed. Shortly after this encounter, another person approached the camper with a disturbing revelation.
Driving a older Dodge pickup. And he told me he comes out here and offers water.
Surprisingly, both men seem to be the same person.
What's he doing?
In the end, the camper drove us.
I don't think I like that where he was moving his thumb on the steering wheel. I think that's a deep thought and a decision process of whether he's going to do something or not do something, whatever that thing is. And that seems like an interest in this. That's the same attitude at it and then saying, "Hey, look out for this guy." Saying that, be careful of that. But I agree, he should drive as far away from this guy as possible. Stopping for the night.
Far away from the desert BLM land as possible. A female solo camper returned to her campsite to find she had been robbed.
Because since I don't have a tent, I felt like I wasn't leaving enough, and I wanted my site to be reserved.
Despite being in a loop where other campers routinely left their setups unattended while exploring the park, her kitchen system, stored in a drawer under her vehicle, had been stolen.
But I don't have that much stuff, so I just left my entire drawer system, and it's gone. That sucks. My entire kitchen system.
She had left these items.
See, it could be anybody that took it, but I would think, personally, another camper probably took that.
Seems pretty specific item to take. And at the because they use it, that's it. But if there's a lot of people in there, and it's something that they're interested it's that. So,
out, along with a water jug, table, and chair, to reserve her spot like others did with tents.
Crazy to me. I can't believe there's people out there that just do that. That just rob people.
Yeah.
For what? I hope
Me
they're
either.
Enjoying my oatmeal. Honestly.
The camper expressed disbelief and frustration at the situation, feeling violated and struggling to comprehend why someone would steal from a campsite. A camper recounted a disturbing encounter with a persistent stranger. Initially,
They're so
the man
fast.
approached her vehicle, attempting to communicate.
They're so fast, and there's no delineation between one and the next. So it's like, okay, there was that girl, and now it's raining, and it's a different person.
Despite language barriers.
One moment, people. 1 second. One moment, everybody. It seems like the splitting setup that I have is not going to work. So 1 second. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Does that sound better now? Hold on 1 second. Well, let me know in the chat. Dang it. There we go. Got the camera back because if I can't split it, I'm going to need a new laptop or a new computer to do this and get everything the way I truly want it. It sucks. It's irritating because it doesn't seem to matter what I use. Streamlabs, Rumble Studios, I just can't get everything together for multicasting, multi-streaming. 1 second here, because I tried to respond and it won't let me. 1 second. Oh, the volume down a smidge. 1 second. I can do that. How's that? Does that seem better? We can play the video. Let me play the video and kind of talk at the same time.
Just moved even closer.
How does everything?
Feeling uncomfortable, she shut her door on him, hoping he would leave. However, the man remained, spending considerable time
every single
trying to get her
time
attention.
I've got to change the. I can't leave any of the settings ever in one spot or another. This is so frustrating because I constantly have to adjust everything all the time. I want a setup where I don't have to do that. I just log in, start streaming. That would be optimal, but I don't know how possible that is. It's frustrating. Well, at least the second half of this video will probably be better. Yeah, what else was connected to that? Oh, the camera, the controller would have been, so I can't do that. I'm going to have to go back to, yep, either mouse or controller. Yeah, we just have that connected to the camera now. Okay. Well, let's move forward. Does it need more, or is that good? I can probably should be able to turn down your volume. I don't know. Okay, well, that's good. Did not hear the tone. Oh, I'm just in Twitch. That's probably why Josh was saying the notifications for YouTube weren't coming through. I got it now. Because I wasn't on the multi-stream, I was just on Twitch. So he probably talked to me through Twitch there. Is that right? Yep, that's what it looks like. Okay, well. And that is also why I wasn't hearing the tones for anything. Except I forgot to switch to multi-stream. That's on me. I know I have to do that. So, by the way, one more YouTuber, one more subscriber on YouTube. We had 100 subscribers. So, still waiting for number 100. And I'll give a shout out to 100 and 101. After that, if I'm on and you do it, I'll still thank you for the sub, but not like I'll be looking for those shout outs after that, for when I'm offline. All right. I think we're good moving forward. Let's back it up a little and start over here on this video.
A camper recounted a disturbing encounter with a persistent stranger. Initially, the man approached her vehicle, attempting to communicate despite language barriers.
What is he doing? He's being bending over and weird. Well, it's raining.
Just moved even closer.
Feeling uncomfortable, she shut her door on him, hoping he would leave.
Yeah.
However, the man remained, spending considerable time trying to get her attention.
It's been like a half an hour and he just keeps on moving his vehicle so he can see in my van here.
For about an hour, the stranger repeatedly moved his car around her van, parking it in different positions to maintain visual contact.
like a family pulled in a big RV, and they kind of were just kind of behind me, not right behind me, but close enough that they would hear me scream, and so I felt...
This behavior deeply unsettled the camper, who had closed her curtains for privacy. As darkness fell, her anxiety increased, and she was unsure of how to handle the situation. A moment of relief came when a family in an RV parked nearby, providing some comfort to the camper. As the weather turned chilly and rainy, Noah retreated inside the camper. As night fell, he drifted...
So then we just switch over to this other person. I like that there's 30 of these, but they crammed them in, and there's no, like, there's no ending to one and right in the beginning of the other.
Off to sleep, but was awakened by what sounded like screaming.
I've just woken up to what sounded like...
And he's repeating what this guy's getting ready to say. That's weird. But I do like the shades. I like the way he did those. Those are well done. Don't look at the reflection.
Like someone screaming.
I'm just kidding. That's his arm.
Can't figure out.
He speculated it might be some type of bird.
Yeah, that does sound like either a bird or an animal. It could be, man, like a cat of some kind or something, or an owl. Owls kind of can sound like that, but it's like what he heard inside the van and what he's hearing outside the van. That noise sounds repeated. And that's usually the sign that an animal's doing it. If it's a scream, there'll be some variation to it. So if it's a human, it won't be exactly identical every time like that. But with animals, when it's repetitive, I think that you can almost count on that being an animal.
Throughout the narrative, Noah's dog, Blue, occasionally tried to get comfortable and made noises. A female camper described a field of artichokes in bloom, surprised and delighted by their bright purple flowers. After visiting a nearby farmer's market and buying some tomatoes, she was interrupted by a man yelling and waving to get her attention.
But seriously, where is the creep magnet in this van? Because I need to have it removed. There is a guy literally yelling at me and waving.
Frustrated, she questioned why some men think such actions are appropriate. Ignoring the man, she continued photographing the flowers, annoyed that she might have to leave due to harassment.
Yourself. He's like waving for me to go over there. I'm taking pictures of flowers, you dumb f. Does that ever work for that guy? Like, does he wave a girl down?
She mentioned similar encounters with creepy people recently and reflected on whether discussing these experiences might attract more unwanted attention.
Yeah.
After a while, the man drove off. A camper described his evening routine in the...
Was he thinking she was a hooker? And oh, that's weird. I mean, maybe that's how it works in some places. I don't know. It is weird, but you don't know his side of it. Without knowing that, it's just some guy trying to wave her down for a second. Yeah, that I would agree that it's the guy in the white van with his arm pointing. This guy right here in the, well, he's driving off there. But right,
I'm taking pictures of flowers.
Yeah, right there. Come here. That's what he said. Yeah, that one-way sign pointing right at him on the white van. That guy. All right, let's go to the next one.
Camper described his evening routine in the van, which included disposing of grey water and setting up the bed. Around 9 p.m., he decided to prepare for sleep and watch
of grey water. What is grey water? I don't know what that is.
A movie.
So they're going to be left just over here. Make sure I've got some sweets for watching a movie.
Squishies.
And then just...
However, his peaceful night was suddenly disrupted.
I will say he does make it look comfortable. But again, video after video after video of people, one, by themselves. I get it's a tight space, but you got to make room for at least two. You got to figure it out, get two people there, and be armed. Because none of these people are armed. They're all by themselves, and they all seem pretty dang vulnerable out there. And there's a lot of these videos, a lot of them. I've only skipped like 1 or 2 out of these 30.
By a frightening incident.
I just heard something outside.
He heard noises.
Who's he telling to be quiet? Like we're there? Be quiet. Be quiet. There's somebody just outside.
And realized someone was trying to enter the van, not just knocking, but attempting to open the handle. This caused his heart to pound with fear.
Okay, I think they've gone. They literally tried to get in the van.
After the intruder seemed to leave.
I would say probably at least half the videos I think are set up. And it's tougher because this guy seems, I mean, he looks all comfortable and like he's actually camping out there. So maybe he is, and that part of it's not an act, but the encounter is. Maybe he isn't alone and somebody else drove up there with him and he was like, yeah, just come knock on the van or try and open it. It'll make great content.
The camper cautiously checked outside. He speculated that the person might have been trying to move him on or break in. A camper heard faint singing in the distance, which he initially found unsettling.
Whoa, this guy's got the setup. Look at this.
However, he soon realized it was just other campers, reminding him he wasn't alone on the public land. As night fell, the camper returned to his van to prepare for bed. While making tea, he heard a sudden thud outside the van, causing a moment of panic.
It sounded like something hit my van. I'm like shaking right now.
But all the paneling, he's got like wood.
After a careful investigation,
bolted in
he
there.
discovered it was just his shovel falling over, much to his relief.
Dude, nothing that this guy has done so far has been an encounter. He heard weird singing. Oh, it was other campers. Oh, he heard something banging on the side. Oh, it was his shovel. No big deal on either one of those things. This is nothing.
Falling. We're all good.
At least he's got his dog. But he's got the setup, right? If you have something like that, 2 people, for sure, 2 people, and be armed. I mean, it's easy. It's easy.
Okay, Millie, scooch over.
As nightfall blanketed the surroundings in a dense forest, a lone male YouTuber settled into his camper, expecting a peaceful night of solo camping.
See, that looks
unbeknownst to him,
like a
the
tiny
night would
apartment.
soon unravel into a series of chilling events that would test his nerve.
Look, he's got the little stove out there. This looks like a mini apartment. He's got speakers. He's got a radio. He could jam out in there. Probably run his TV through that and watch a movie on his, lay in bed, watch a little TV, fall asleep, walk around in the morning, cook a little eggs and toast, whatever. That looks like a great setup. See, these last 2 have really good setups. Should have multiple people be there. Does he have a dog too? That's interesting. No? Yeah, he's got, a dog or a cat. Can't tell. Looks like a cat, actually.
It started with a single knock on the camper door, echoing through the small space and sending shivers down his spine.
I hear somebody.
So, here's the deal. I think that they don't have good intentions, but they're not there to kill you, which is why they knock on and this is true for people who try to rob your house. They'll come up, knock on the door first to see if anybody's there. And then if somebody's there, they'll give some lame excuse. Oh, I just work for the U.S. Postal Service and, I just wanted to make sure you got your package that I left in there because I couldn't close, whatever the excuse is, whatever they're making up. then they'll just leave you alone and go on to the next person when they know somebody's there. If you don't answer the door, there's nothing there, that's when they're going to try to break in, and that's when they're going to start messing with you. This guy did not respond, so my guess is they are going to try to now mess with him and try to rob him. My guess is there's going to be a window break here in a few moments.
Walking outside. And they knocked.
The knock was followed by an eerie scraping sound, as if someone or something was dragging their knuckles down the door. The
It's a
intent
zombie.
felt disturbingly sinister.
Now, I'm not saying he should have opened the door, but, like, if you're going to be doing this and you have a, like, front door or door you get in and out of, I'd almost have some sort of communication system. I mean, you could probably stick a Ring camera on the outside of it. I mean, those things you can kind of put wherever you want. Or at least like something you could, has a speaker, like a walkie-talkie kind of thing, where you can respond from inside. It plays through the speaker and just be like, yes, can I help you? And that could be somewhat of a deterrent as well, if you're going to do this.
They're walking around.
Desperate to escape, he packed up at first light, but as he drove away, he caught a glimpse of...
Why? Okay, first of all, why'd you wait until morning? I get driving at night, not so good, but generally when you're out here doing this kind of stuff, don't you know where you came in? You can kind of just, I mean, me personally, and knowing and watching the videos that I've seen and watched and all of this, you think you would like turn around and face the direction you want to leave so that if you need to get out quick, you can just start it up, start driving forward. And even if there's somebody parked there, you can get around them.
A makeshift camp in the distance, with a truck parked beside it. Inside the truck, a solitary figure sat, watching. A male camper settled in for the night, hoping for a peaceful rest. However, his sleep was abruptly interrupted by the sound of cars arriving nearby.
Like now.
Has parked the car.
The situation quickly became unsettling as two vehicles pulled up, lights off and music blaring.
There's guys playing music to my left. There's actually two cars.
Have a good night.
Another one pulled up as well, and I did not feel good about this at all. So I am getting the hell out of here.
Feeling unsafe, he
Getting out of
decided to
Dodge.
leave immediately. He described the dangerous conditions, emphasizing the pitch-black darkness and their remote location. While he speculated that it might just be teenagers looking for a place to smoke or drink, he worried about the risks of being alone in such a secluded area. As dusk settled over the Great Dividing Range in New South Wales, Australia, a solitary van stood in stark contrast to the vast wilderness surrounding it.
I just went to the bushes. I go there. Yeah, use the nature as my tool.
Inside, a novice van lifer, just 7 months into her journey, grappled with the growing unease of her chosen campsite. Suddenly, a car emerged. 4 men, clearly not campers, exited the vehicle.
So, at this point, if you're not feeling too comfortable, these men outnumber you, right? And you're a woman, they're a man, they're probably stronger. And you don't know what their intentions are, why they're there, what they're doing. It's okay to get in the van, just pack everything into the van that's outside right now, just grab everything. You don't even have to wash your dishes or anything. Just get it in the van. Close up shop. You don't even have to drive off. Just close and lock all the doors and windows. Make sure everything's closed and locked up. Then if the men start to approach you, you're ready to just drive away.
When the men finally departed, the relief was palpable but short-lived. The encounter had solidified her decision. Despite the allure of this free camp, the risks outweigh the rewards. With a mix of disappointment and resolve, she extinguished the fire and prepared to drive to a safer location. This camper settled into his van for the night, parked in a scenic location near the harbor.
Not a big encounter there, by the way. Those guys look like they were on kind of a longer drive and were just finding a place to use the restroom and take a break. And then they took off and they were out of there. They never approached her. They didn't talk to her. They didn't mess with her. Nothing. Non-encounter. That was not an encounter.
In Brixton.
We just tried to break in. Well, that's a first for me. I'm actually quite scared.
The night passed relatively peacefully, with the camper waking around 6 a.m. due to a garbage truck and nearby workers. After getting up, he planned to explore the harbour area. However, his morning took a frightening turn.
Look, it's not exactly like it's the middle of the night or something. It's fairly, bright. So I don't know what...
Still in bed, the camper heard someone trying the door handle twice before walking away.
Their car park's not all that big though. Don't know.
Shocked and scared, he quickly packed up and prepared to leave, noting the unusual nature of the attempted break-in, which occurred in broad daylight. A camper pulled over to sleep in what he thought was a secluded forest area, believing no one was around. However, this assumption proved wrong.
So on that last one, the first encounter where I guess somebody had come up to the van and knocked on it or tried to break in, and then he stayed there that night. Very weird to stay there. If somebody tried to break into my vehicle, I knew about it and I was camping there. I wouldn't be camping there after they left. I'd be too worried that they were like, okay, we can't do it right now. We don't have the right tools or whatever. We're going to go away, but we're going to come back and we're going to actually get in there and see what's in there and take everything or whatever the idea is there. So for him to stay and then have somebody in the morning then try to break in again, strange choice.
I don't even know what time it is.
2 a.m.
Someone walking around my truck right now.
I can hear
someone attempted to creep around his truck while he was sleeping.
He's been walking around for like 20 minutes already. My gun's in my cab though.
So that's the first time I've heard he's armed. He's ready to deal with the situation. Finally, this guy seems smarter, more well prepared. If you're going to do this type of thing, you're armed. You're armed. You're ready to go. Now we're thinking it would be better if there were two of them, but at least half of those requirements are met. I'd say at least two. Like if you could do it in pairs and you have two vans, or have the setup like those two did, where they have almost like a camper RV. It's like a little hallway, but they have a bed and they have speakers and all the trimmings on the inside to block out the windows and stuff. If you have the setup and you have two of those, perfect. 4 of you, 2 vans, tough to beat that. Tough to beat it.
The next day, after returning home, he noticed several disturbing signs on his truck that he hadn't seen immediately after the incident.
That's new. Don't know how that got there. More handprints trying to get in my truck. At least the back canopy was locked, but...
There were numerous marks, handprints and scratches along the side of the vehicle. Matt Tober spent a night in the woods, staying warm inside his van despite freezing temperatures outside. He planned to have coffee, snacks, and relax with the possibility of exploring to spot wildlife. He had heard coyotes and knew deer were in the state forest.
This is new.
As Matt prepared to explore outside, a loud scampering sound startled him.
Area before I... Bro. On second thought, heading out there, I literally just heard like...
Feeling uneasy, he cautiously looked around before venturing out, describing the eerie feeling of being alone in the dark woods.
sketchy.
Sorry for my camera.
He walked around briefly, noting the surroundings.
Go, bro.
Despite the unsettling atmosphere, he didn't see any animal eyes reflecting in his light. 2 campers spotted a suspicious man in a red Chevy Tahoe waiting in the air.
Again, not an encounter. Nothing there. Didn't see anything. Just eerie feelings. Okay.
Area, which prompted them to pack up and leave quickly.
No, there he
What did they
Waiting,
say?
reflecting in surroundings.
So,
2 campers spotted a suspicious man in a red Chevy Tahoe waiting in the area,
so they saw
which
somebody.
prompted them to pack up and leave quickly.
Sure.
No,
Sure.
there he is. That's the guy. I don't know if anybody could see that. I
Channel
don't know where
guard.
to go. Yeah, he's chilling right there.
They found themselves in Carson City, Nevada, on Labor Day weekend, searching for accommodation. After calling numerous hotels without success, they stopped at a gas station in Lake Tahoe.
We just packed up and...
Yeah, we are out of here.
So what is it, a red truck?
It's a red, like...
One of the campers attempted to secure a room at a nearby Holiday Inn, while the other camper waited anxiously. Unfortunately, they had no luck finding a hotel room in the area. It was around 2 a.m. when this camper was startled by someone.
So they couldn't find a room. We go on to the next video. So now we have another encounter, but it's like it's joined to that last one.
Outside his van.
About 2 a.m. and there's somebody outside. They pulled up and then they went round to the back of my van. They walked around to
The intruder had pulled up and walked around to the back of the van, getting uncomfortably close to the back doors. The camper speculated that the person might have been trying to peek inside, possibly mistaking the fake windows for blacked out ones.
Come towards me. What is going on? Is this it? Is this the end?
The situation became even more unsettling when the intruder opened his car door. Eventually, the intruder seemed to drive off, but his presence...
Okay, that seems like some sort of security vehicle there. And probably didn't... I mean, he's checking out the car because it's in the lot that he's patrolling, and then didn't see anybody there. If he would have been seen, the guy probably would have got out, knocked, asked him, hey, what are you doing here? We don't allow camping. You know, you need to move on. Something like that probably would have happened. But didn't get seen. Guy didn't get out. Didn't talk to him. There's no real encounter there. I'm not sure what this was. But you could see with the yellow kind of flashing light up there, I don't really see that as somebody trying to be mischievous or do something bad. I don't think it's somebody trying to do something bad.
could still be felt nearby in the car park. However, the camper's relief was short-lived.
I can see them circling in that car park behind me still. They seem to be leaving, I think.
He noticed the vehicle circling back around towards him. Finally, after what must have felt like an eternity, the vehicle appeared to be leaving. As the night was winding down, the camper was preparing to clean up and get some sleep. However, an unexpected disturbance outside interrupted his plans.
Was that a car up there? No.
Unless anything else more incredibly exciting happens, I guess I will see you.
Someone approached his van, startling him.
You alright, mate?
Yeah. And there's a car. Did you have it as well?
Yeah.
Like a...
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at...
Both campers observed a vehicle with its lights on at the top of a nearby hill, which caused some concern. Given the late hour and the remote location, the situation was particularly worrying. They decided to use a drone to get a better view of the situation.
Apologies if you guys can't really see much because of how dark it is, but there's definitely something or someone at the back.
The drone's footage revealed what appeared to be a fire at the top of the hill, adding to the mystery of the nighttime disturbance. As they settled in for the night again, they made a plan to alert each other if anything else happened, agreeing to sound the horn if necessary. Johnny's buddy Cole texted him at the last minute, around 8 p.m, asking if he wanted to go steelhead fishing in the morning. Excited by the opportunity, Johnny agreed.
Again, we left one encounter right into another one. They blended so seamlessly, I didn't realize we were into a new one right away. So may not continue to watch. I just thought this was a lot of these encounters, and it's like a shorter video for it. And then with the audio difficulties and everything, I realize now I'm stuck. The setup that I have now, that's the way it's going to be. I can't use that camera because I can't do a splitter, and I can't do the audio if the audio isn't plugged in directly. This while great for this laptop was kind of made to stream, but it wasn't made for multicasting, and it's not made to have more than 2 USB ports. In the future, I'm going to be correcting that. So the next machine I get, whenever that happens, long time in the future, I'll be sure to pick something up that has a little better, heftier, more hardware in it that can handle multicasting and streaming a little better. So I do apologize for that, and I appreciate Steph77 Rocks for letting me know that was happening. And also Black Wolf Gaming USA also letting me know that the notifications weren't coming through because I was on Twitch. I have to switch from Twitch to the multi-stream for those notifications to come in. So he probably hit me up right away, and nothing kind of came through on it. So the video on YouTube might be a little more active in terms of the chat, but what it is what it is. All right, there's only a few of these left. Let's see what we got.
And set out on an hour-long drive north. As he was trying to be quiet due to nearby cars and sleeping people, some individuals approached his vehicle.
Guys just pulled up and now they're heading off. They tried pulling on my door on my truck, which was really weird. But
they tried to open his door, which was alarming. Thankfully, they left without incident.
Is this a new video, or is this the same one?
Guys just pulled up and now they're heading off.
Early the next morning, around 6 a.m., Johnny woke up to windows covered in ice due to the cold temperature, which was likely between 20 to 30 degrees Fahrenheit. After getting warm and gathering his fishing gear, Johnny
This is definitely AI because the guy has a British accent but used Fahrenheit, didn't use metric or Celsius.
Headed down to the river. As the sun set, the camper found himself alone in the darkening forest, gathering firewood for his campsite.
Do this all weird and stuff.
New video, by the way.
God dang it. I was gone for too long and the fire went out.
While searching for wood, he stumbled upon a peculiar sight. A recliner chair was randomly placed in the woods, adding to the unsettling ambience.
Well, it's weird, yes, but it's been there a while because all the leaves have fallen on it. And it's in where the feet are up, and the leaves have fallen all across, even the foot part. So it's been there for a while. I don't know if anybody's there now, because if they were there, wouldn't they clean the leaves off and if they wanted to sit there? I'm not sure.
During his cooking process, he experienced more unsettling moments.
Yeah, I'm making dinner if you want it.
This is a nice setup as well. Look at how nice this is. Excuse me. Again, this is the setup you need if you're going to be doing this a lot. It's so nice. All these cabinets. He's out there. He's camping. Be armed. Have a second person. I don't know. Stay safe.
Just come on in. Oh! Whoa! Oh. I don't know what just...
He heard noises outside, and his camera inexplicably fell. Despite these disturbances, he continued preparing meals, trying to maintain a sense of normalcy. A camper received an unexpected phone.
So we don't see what happened outside van, if there was any dent or damage to the van, why the camera fell over. Now we're into a new one.
Phone call from his brother, informing him of vandalism to his motorhome.
Looks like I have now been the recipient of quarantine boredom vandalism. Looks like 2 pellets.
Upon inspection, he discovered 2 pellet holes in the vehicle's back window. This incident was particularly frustrating given the current quarantine conditions, which had already limited his activities and posts.
Rules. I've tried to be self-isolating. And we can see there, the whole glass is now going to have to be
replaced.
The damage to the window presented a significant problem, as the entire glass pane would need replacement. This additional work was unwelcome, especially considering existing issues with the roof. Given the height of the motorhome, the owner's immediate concern was to secure the window to prevent it from falling out and potentially injuring passers-by. He resorted to a temporary fix using duct tape with limited resources due to quarantine restrictions and closed businesses. The truck camper settled in for the night, enjoying a dinner of spicy chicken tenders while watching TV in his semi-truck.
See, that's the way to do it. Look at that. He's got a nice setup. And again, this seems big enough. Hopefully you could have 2 people, although the bed looks like almost like a cot. But I'm thinking, if you plan for it and you, whatever your setup's going to be, get something slightly bigger, just slightly. Maybe bunk beds or something in there, even, or however, you have to have maybe a second, a wider bed and a smaller other area, whatever's off to the left there. But having the nice little TV there, you got the setup, man. This is it, because once it gets dark, you don't want to be outside the van, right? And you want to be occupied for a while, even in the later hours of the night, 10, 11 o'clock at night. You want to be able to engage in some activity that's kind of going to occupy your mind and not let your thoughts wander to what might be going on outside of the van.
Outside, a storm raged in the Bay Area, creating a cozy atmosphere inside the vehicle. As the night progressed, the camper was startled awake at 3 a.m. by someone knocking on his truck door.
Really?
Concerned and cautious, he chose not to answer, speculating it might be a local resident disturbed by the noise of his reefer unit. The incident disrupted his sleep, leaving him frustrated the following day. Despite the interrupted night, the camper began his morning routine inside the truck. Inside his car, this camper described using a tube heater to stay warm in the 5-degree Celsius weather outside. He spent the evening watching TV.
So 5 degrees Celsius, if we use the 9/5 multiplier, plus 32, so you could almost double it. It would be 9 plus 32, which would be 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Just a quick little math thing there. But it was 5 degrees Celsius, 9 degrees. It's just going to be quick, easy math there. So, I don't know what I was thinking.
Shows and relaxing, planning to turn off the fridge and settle in for the night. However, the peaceful evening was interrupted around midnight by the arrival of 2 people near the car.
It's called midnight. I think there's 2 people shooting.
The camper observed them for nearly an hour before they departed, referring to them as doggers and expressing surprise at their late-night activities on a weeknight.
Doggers? I don't know what that means.
They've gone. As if the unexpected visitors weren't enough, a storm began approaching. The camper described seeing flashes of lightning and eventually hearing thunder. The rain started, creating a tense...
Yeah. I've had enough of that. That was an okay video. It went long. Sorry about the technical difficulties. But now that we got them fixed, I think we're good. And again, thanks to everybody for the assists tonight. Should be all ready to go. We're going to get into Hollow Knight. I'm going to end this stream and start that up, and we'll get into it. again, thank everybody for watching me, Adam, on Glowing Card Gaming. Be sure to like, share, blah, 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 blah. Like, share, subscribe, especially the share and the subscribe. I'm not going to make it through this. Not going to happen. Especially the likes and subscribes. No. That's still not right. The follows, the subscribes, and share it out to help the channel grow. Thank you, guys. I'm going like 100 miles an hour all of a sudden. All right. Once again, thank you. We are 1 subscriber away on YouTube from being at that magical 100 number. Thank you again for all of the support and help that everybody has given me. You guys are very nice. Thank you, guys. That's it for right now. We'll be back soon, and we'll get on to Hollow Knight. Thank you, guys, and I'll